Hello, and welcome to the second part of section 9.1, where today we're going to actually look at adding and subtracting polynomials. In the part 1 video, we looked at describing polynomials, so we know how to tell the degree of a polynomial, if it's a linear, a quadratic, a cubic function. We learned some of those special names. We learned binomials, trinomials, what a polynomial was. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the adding and subtracting portion. The most important thing that you have to keep in mind when you are adding and subtracting polynomials is that we can only add or subtract like terms. Now remember, like terms would be something like 2x cubed, let's say, and 5x cubed. Okay, I can add these because my like terms is the x cubed portion. So in this case, if I wanted to take 2x cubed and add it to 5x cubed, I'm just going to look at my coefficients or the numbers in front, and I'm going to add those numbers. So 2 plus 5 is 7, and then the term stays the same. Likewise, if I wanted to do something like 6x to the fifth minus 3x to the fifth, again, my x to the fifth are the like terms, and then I'm just going to take my coefficients of 6 and 3 and subtract those. So 6 minus 3 would be 3x to the fifth. And this is really what adding and subtracting polynomials is all about in a nutshell. So if we go ahead and look at example 3, it wants us to add the polynomial, or trinomial in this case, 6x squared plus 3x plus 7, and we're going to add that to the trinomial 2x squared plus or minus 6x minus 4. And there are two ways that you can do this. Some people may like to set the problem up vertically. So if we set this up vertically, I have 6x squared plus 3x plus 7, and I'm going to add my second polynomial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the like polynomials underneath each other because I'm doing this vertically. So my 2x squared goes here, minus 6x minus 4. And then when I add these, now I'm going to add my like terms, so I just have to add them vertically. And that's the other reason I like to line my like terms up, is because then I can just add everything straight down. Now let's say if we didn't have a term like this, let's say this negative 6x, there was nothing there, you could write it as 2x squared minus 4, or you could put 2x squared plus 0x if you want as a placeholder minus 4. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. So at this point in time, what we're going to do is we're just going to add everything straight down. So 2x squared plus 6x squared is going to give me 8x squared. Positive 3x plus a negative 6x is going to give me a negative 3x. And a positive 7 plus a negative 4 will give me a positive 3. Now, the other way that you can do this, and this is probably the way I use the most often, only because you'll see a lot of problems are given to you in a horizontal format. So I personally think it's just easier to add them horizontally, but again, you can use whatever method you prefer. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms. So both of these polynomials are written in standard form. So I'm just going to go and pair up the like terms. So I have 6x squared plus 2x squared gives me 8x squared. Then I'm going to take my 3x, and I have 3x plus a negative 6x, which gives me a negative 3x. And then for my final one, I have 7 plus a negative 4 gives me plus 3. So you can see both answers end up being the same. Example 4 is really very similar to example 3, except here you can see we are subtracting two polynomials. So subtraction is really very similar to addition, okay? And again, you can set these up as vertical or horizontal. So we'll do the first one as vertical. So here we have 2x cubed plus 4x squared. Now one thing I noticed right away is I go from x squared over here, and here I only have a 2x. So you can go ahead and go plus 0x as a placeholder if you'd like to, minus 6. Or you don't have to put anything there, but you just have to know that when we bring that next piece down, or this piece, so I have 5x cubed plus 2x. I can't put the 2x underneath the 4x squared. I really have to go plus 2x here minus 2. And again, I am subtracting, so I'm going to pull that subtraction out up front. See if I can squeeze that in there. Okay. And I think the best method to use when we are subtracting, or the method I like to use, is I like to distribute the negative. If you distribute the negative, there's less error where you'll kind of forget that you need to change the sign. And when I'm looking at this too, I see that we have a gap here. If you're somebody that likes to fill in the gap, you could put plus 0x squared. That works too. Okay, but I'm going to distribute the negative right now. And to distribute the negative, that means I apply it to this 5, so this becomes a negative 5x cubed. I can apply it here, but a negative 0 is still 0. I apply the negative to the positive 2x, so that turns this into a negative 2x. And I apply the negative to the negative 2, which makes this a plus 2. Once I change the sign of every term inside of the parentheses, I can then go and change my subtraction sign outside to an addition, and now I just add everything straight down. So here I have 2x cubed plus a negative 5x cubed, which is a negative 3x cubed. We have 4x squared plus 0x squared, which is still a positive 4x squared. I have 0x plus a negative 2x, which is minus 2x. And negative 6 plus 2 gives me a negative 4. So this is for the vertical method. Now for the horizontal method, I will always start out by distributing this negative. So this becomes a negative 5x cubed. So that's when I apply it here, this will become a negative 2x, and here this becomes a positive 2. And then I'm going to change my subtraction to an addition. So now what I have is 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6 plus a negative 5x cubed minus 2x plus 2. And now we can go ahead and combine my like terms. So 2x cubed plus a negative 5x cubed gives me a negative 3x cubed. I have a 4x squared here, but none over on this side, so this is just plus 4x squared. Because I want to keep things in standard form, I say I have a 2x here, but nothing on the left-hand side, so I'm just going to go minus 2x. And then I have a negative 6 plus 2, which gives me a negative 4. And if you notice, this is the exact same thing I got when I set it up vertically. Now I would like for you to pause the video, try to work these two out real quick, and then I will work out the answers here shortly. All right, now that you've had time to double check your work, I'm going to work these out. I'm going to use the horizontal method because that's my preference. So here I'm adding the two polynomials in part A. So I have 2p cubed and 9p cubed, and I'm adding those, so that will give me 11p cubed. I have a positive 6p squared plus 11p squared, which is going to give me 17p squared. And then I have 10p plus 3p, which will give me 13p. Now for part B, I will start out by distributing my negatives, and I'll change this to an addition. So now I have 30d to the third minus 2d to the third. So this is going to give me 28d to the third, or d cubed. I have a negative 29d squared plus another negative d squared. So that's going to give me minus 30d squared. And then I have this negative 3d by itself, so it's minus 3d. And this here is my final answer. Hopefully you guys were able to get that to work out too. And this will conclude part 2 of section 9.1. Have a great day.